I am DeAndre, and this is my husband,
Byron.
And we are back with another video. Today's topic is pretty much going to be about our anniversary, our upcoming anniversary, which is tomorrow. We've been together for 6 years, and the official date will be tomorrow. Our wedding anniversary, the day we got married, was actually a year ago on October 12th, 2019. But we pretty much celebrate both days. The day we made it official and our actual wedding anniversary.
And if you're with the right person, it doesn't even feel like it's been 6 years. It feels like it's been 6 months. And it pretty much just went by fast. And we just want to encourage everybody and let everybody know that you can do it too. It doesn't have to just be our generation. It could be the older generation. It could be the younger generation. But we just want to put that example out there that it is possible. I know if you look on TV, just look on the media, like anything, it's showing you that it's not possible. You see the celebrities pretty much being with one person 1 week, then with another person another week. But we're just here to say that it is possible. You just both got to put the work in. You both got to want it, and your marriage will flourish. And we've been married for 6 years, and we plan on being married for a lifetime, and we know it's possible.
We haven't been married for 6 years.
Well, been together for 6 years. Sometimes I feel like being married for 6 years, but yeah, we're going to be married for a lifetime.
Yeah, we will. And like he said, both people, you did say that, right? Both people have to put in the work.
Yep.
Because if you don't, you'll find yourself putting in all the work and feeling tired and feeling exhausted and feeling like it's no longer a marriage. Like it's really for real. Like, I don't know, I can't think of a word for it. Like, what word would you use if one person is always putting in all the work?
One-sided, pretty much. It's pretty much being one-sided.
I'm not saying that some days your significant other may put in more work than you and vice versa. That's marriage. But I'm not saying that it should be that way all the time. If it's like that all the time, then honestly, to me, which everybody runs their marriage and their household differently, but to me, that's a bit much, and I don't think I could deal with that, honestly.
And that's also a sign too that the other person's headspace might be might be somewhere else.
Yeah.
Not in the marriage, clearly.
Yeah.
So that's another sign, and you might just need to be on the lookout and be prepared.
Be prepared for what? If they
just in case something happens, and just in case something happens, pretty much, and be prepared to, if you have to move on or try to work it out. But if that person is not trying to do anything, like at the end of the day, what can you do?
Yeah. We're not telling anybody that you should divorce your significant other. That's for you to choose, and that's between you and God and your significant other. But I don't believe that a marriage or a relationship should consist of just constant hurt or constant one-sidedness, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it should be more joy than anything. Of course, like anything else, just like life, you're going to have your ups and downs, and you're going to have your challenges some days. But overall, you should be, you should be peaceful. You should have joy, and you should be happy. And you should want to continue to do it. Yeah,
and you should be friends first. You should have been friends before you even decided to get married. But once you got married, your relationship between the two of you should have flourished and continue to flourish. It shouldn't just be at a standstill or just completely go away just because you became husband and wife. I feel like it should get better. Nobody's relationship or marriage is perfect, but I honestly believe that the two people should be friends, best friends. Like nothing and nobody should be able to get in between the two of you or what you share.
And I feel like you should be able to, just have a day. Maybe you can just sit down and just relax and just laugh at each other, laugh at what y'all saying, and be able to enjoy each other's company. That's how you know, like, you're friends first, not just together, to be together.
Yeah. Like he said, like anything else, you're going to go through things, but I honestly believe that you should be doing more smiling than crying, or more smiling than arguing, more smiling than just feeling depressed and feeling like you've made the wrong decision. More so than anything.
Yep.
And what do you think has kept you going in our marriage and in our relationship? And what do you, I'll ask another question after that, but what do you think has kept you going in our marriage?
For one thing, like I was saying, just being able to have those days where we could pretty much crack jokes on each other and just enjoy each other's company. And also just keeping the marriage like fresh, like doing new things is not always the same thing all the time. Just different things to keep it spiced up and keep it fresh.
What about the not so funny days? What kept you going through those days?
Well, making sure that this is what you want to do, also praying to God, and also knowing it's not always going to be like this.
For me, I would say the fact that we created a bond between the two of us before we even became boyfriend and girlfriend. Like, we dated a lot. Like, a lot. Every time I turned around, he was calling saying, you want to go out? Can I take you to the movies? Can I take you out to eat? Can I take you here? Can I take you there? And before I knew it, it's like I really started liking him, and I was like, wow, like, he really is a cool person. And I slowly started to let my guard down just a little bit. And it's like we just started to enjoy each other, even with the simple things. Sometimes we would sit in a restaurant sometimes until they were dang near closing down, just talking and laughing. I know some people probably felt like, dang, they still here? But that's how much we truly enjoyed each other. And still to this day, before COVID, we still did the same thing as if we just started dating. And what helps me through the not so good days, like he said, is prayer. And to know that everybody has those days, you know, that nothing is perfect, and everybody has those days. As long as he's not disrespecting me or putting his hands on me or, you know, doing anything of that nature, then I'm okay. Like, I know that we're gonna get through it. Basically, whatever it is, I know that we're gonna get through it, and that's what helps me. And most of the time when we do have really bad disagreements, they don't really last that long. And I wasn't used to that before I started dating him. If I was mad at somebody, it didn't matter who it was, whether if it was a relationship or just a person in general. I was the queen of holding grudges, and I'm not gonna lie, it's still something that I'm praying my way out of, because if God can forgive me for everything that I've done that wasn't right, I need to learn how to forgive others. Sometimes people don't know that they've hurt your feelings, or sometimes people don't think the same way that you think. So you can't just feel like, I'm not gonna speak to that person anymore, or I don't love that person. Like, really? You're just going through something right now. You still love them. You just don't love the way that they're doing you at the moment, or you don't appreciate the way that they're doing you. But the love should never go anywhere.
Yeah, because if you have that mindset, like I said, you're gonna be like those celebrities every other week, be with somebody else.
Yeah.
But I want to go back to pretty much dating in the beginning. I feel like when you're dating in the beginning, that's giving you time to know each other. That's giving you time to ask those questions. Do you want kids? What type of house do you want? What type of career are you trying to do? Just different things. They give you a chance to discuss all of that and not wait until you're married and then you're discussing it. And if you're disagreeing, it's like, I wouldn't say it's too late, but it's like, wow, like you could have avoided all that if you would have talked about it while you was dating.
Yeah.
So I say that's a good tip to use, and that's a good key to success when it comes to a relationship.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie, we got down to the nitty gritty of a whole lot of things early in the game. Some stuff I was like, he all in my business. But okay, I can answer that. And some stuff I'm pretty sure he probably said she all in my business. But I feel like you have to get in a person's business to understand exactly who you're with. Sometimes you can be with a person for 9-10 years and you still don't know exactly who you are dealing with, because you beating around the bush and scared to ask the real nitty gritty questions. Like, if you plan to be with a person for the rest of your life, you have to ask. Like, even if you feel like it may hurt their feelings, put it in a way that it won't. But some stuff, if it's real, sometimes the truth will hurt if if you want to ask those kind of questions. People are crazy out here. So you have to ask about serious stuff because it's serious being with somebody for the rest of your life. You can't just feel like, oh, he seemed like such a nice guy. He's this, he's that, and he got a little bit of money. I'm going to say, yeah, if he asks me to marry him, girl, you better think things through because marriage is serious and it's not to be entered into lightly.
Yep, like she said. Because also, you don't want to marry the wrong woman and find out she just super crazy and try to come up with all kind of tactics to ruin your life. Like, you got to make sure you with the right one to begin with so you can avoid that type of headache. Because if you don't, make your life miserable.
Yeah, and you have to really talk to somebody and see exactly where they are with their walk with God in the beginning. Because just because you are a church goer, and just because somebody sit in church, let me say this, just because somebody sit in church every Sunday doesn't mean that they have God in them. But you can be a church goer or you can be super godly and that person is the total opposite of that. But you didn't know that because you didn't ask those kind of things. You were scared or you were nervous or you felt like we getting along, so I feel like we might be on the same page. No, ask.
Yeah, those can be issues later on, and that can hurt later on.
Yeah.
So it's good to be on the same page with that too.
We're not saying that you want to date somebody exactly like you, because we're not exactly alike. We have a lot of similarities, but there's a lot of things about us that are completely different. And I believe that that's what gives our relationship beauty and edge. Because to me, we've come from two different backgrounds. But together, we have come up with our very own unique ways of doing things. And it may not necessarily be exactly the way neither one of us was raised. But this is the way that we have decided to do things.
And like that saying, opposites attract, it's true for us.
Yeah. But it works for us.
Yeah.
And we just wanted to encourage, like he said, not just our generation, but mainly for me, I feel like our generation, because everybody, for the most, not everybody, but a lot of people want to play. And don't nobody really want to settle down. And I kind of know where it stems from, but I kind of don't for some people. A lot of people didn't see their mother married or being treated right. A lot of people didn't have their father in their lives. That's just the reality of it. A lot of people didn't grow up in two-parent households like myself. A lot of people just didn't see things the right way, being the foundation built the right way growing up. So it's like when they grew up and became adults, their mentality was just kind of like, I'm gonna do me. I don't want a wife, I don't want a husband, I want to just be out here. Don't nobody want to do right, or I just feel like everybody just want everybody, so I'm just gonna do it my way. And that's still not the right way. That's still an underlying issue. I'm not saying that everybody wants to be a wife or everybody wants to be a husband, but why does everybody have to mess around with everybody though? Like, take time to get to know you. Take time to know what your hobbies are. Take time to just get to know who you really are. We can say all day long we know who we are, but there's a lot of people even older than us who really don't know who they are for real. And that's okay. I'm not shaming you, but it's okay to not be married at a certain age. Just get to know you. But if you want to be married, do things your way.
And my wife made a video pretty much going more in detail with this. It was called Breaking Generational Curses. So if you want to know more or have more tips on that, I encourage that you pretty much go and find that video and look at that. That's a real good video. She goes more in detail about it. But yeah, like, everybody runs their marriage different, so pretty much do what's best for you in your marriage.
Everybody does everything different, and I kind of I don't like to use the word hate, but I hate to hear people say, the way they do things is so weird to me, or the way they raise their kid is so weird to me. The way they do this is so weird to me. And that's not how they were raised, so I don't understand why they do it that way. So what? Who said that a way that you were raised has to be the same way that you raise your child, or the same way that you have to go into your marriage? Like, certain people might have seen things growing up and said, this is exactly the way that I don't want to do things. That's possible too. And I just feel like people shouldn't be so quick to judge others. That's not of God, to judge others and you don't even know their thinking or their mindset or the way that they choose to do things. Some people thought as children the way that they wanted to do things or didn't want to do things, and you can't judge that, or you shouldn't judge that, because it's not right. The only person that should sit high and look low is God.
And again, that goes back to breaking generational curses. And also, like, for a lot of generations or just people in general, you know, when you had your kid, you didn't want anybody trying to tell you anything. You already knew you was going to raise your kid the way you wanted to raise your kid. Mm-hmm. So you shouldn't just be going around just throwing your opinion out there if nobody asked for it. If somebody asked for it, that's different. But if nobody asked for it, don't just throw it out there.
Exactly.
You know, when you was younger, you didn't want to hear that. So,
not even about children, just about your life as a whole. Like, when you were growing up, or when you became an adult and started paying your own bills, when you started living your own life and just doing you didn't want to hear what anybody else had to say. And that's not to say that we feel like we just know everything or that we're hot-headed, but at the same time, I honestly believe that we're on the right track of doing things the way that we want to do it. And like he said, if somebody asks you something, that's different. We're not just talking about ourselves. We're talking about young couples coming up trying to do right in their marriages, or just be good parents, period. You don't always want to hear from the older generation what you're not doing right, or what you should be doing, or that's not the right way, or I'm just throwing it out there that that's not how you were raised, or I'm just throwing it out there, you should be doing it differently. And it's like, I got this, please.
Yeah, what I say is give the younger generation a chance. Like, it's a lot of times that, you know, people be bashing people and they don't even have a chance to even try to figure it out, even try to work it out and do it the way that they want to before somebody's just, you know, saying their opinion.
Right.
When most of the time we're not trying to hear it to begin with. So in a way, you're kind of wasting your breath. But like I said, we ask, and then it's different.
Well, I don't feel like that a person is wasting their breath, because don't get me wrong, with being a new mother, I'll take advice all day long. I know how to take certain things and run with it, and I know how to ignore certain things. So, what am I trying to say? It's like
tune out certain things.
And I don't feel like that's being disrespectful, because my thinking and your thinking can be two totally different ways. And as long as I'm not harming my child or putting her in harm's way, then chill. We're good.
And then another thing, like, who says one way is the only way it can work? It could be different ways that can work.
Yeah.
You know, just everybody have a different way of trying to do something.
Mm-hmm. And she's only been in the world for almost 7 months. Mm-hmm. But if you ask me, I feel like we've done pretty good with her. Like I said, we do what we have to do to make things work between the two of us. And I feel like we made her. God helped us make her. So we don't need any outside forces to come in between that, or telling us how to do things or how not to do things. Whatever I decide to do with this baby of mine, that's my business.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, we're responsible for her. But, you know, anything else that helps, we do appreciate it. But like I said, at the end of the day,
what I was trying to say.
Yeah, we appreciate it, but at the end of the day, we're responsible for her. And at the end of the day, the things we say is what go also, because we're her parents.
Mm-hmm. It's like, not what anybody else say, but what Byron and DeAndrea say. That's it. It's like a period after that. Yep. That's it. But As far as marriage goes, what do you think prepared you to be a husband?
I can say growing up, looking at the things my dad did, and then also outside things also that I learned along the way, and also praying to God. But I will also say that's another topic for another video. So tune in. We've been giving y'all a lot of information in this video.
Yeah.
So we hope this video helps everybody. We hope we can encourage somebody to keep going in their marriage. If you feel like you're about to be done, we hope that you can look at this and be like, hold on, I'm gonna still keep going. I'm gonna give this another chance because it's possible. So we just hope that we help everybody out.
We're not saying that it won't get hard, because it will. But I believe that you can make it. Y'all can make it.
Yep.
Just continue to push through. Do what you have to do, even during this pandemic. If you have to have date night on the inside to be away from a bunch of people, do what you have to do to keep the spice in your relationship and in your marriage. Write letters to each other. Text each other during the day. Do things to keep things spicy in your relationship. And everything doesn't always have to be sexual. Intimacy runs deep, but that's another topic as well.
We gave y'all a lot of topics today. So we gonna have some videos coming soon. So we hope y'all appreciate it.
See you later.
All right, see y'all next time. Thanks for the support.